Hello, sisters. I'm Colette Datin from the Guthrie First Ward. I'm going to teach you easy peasy lemon squeezy indexing so you can help people find their ancestors using FamilySearch.org. President Nelson, in his April 2020 address, Hear Him, had this to say about indexing and family history. While working in the temple is presently not possible, worshiping in the temple is presently not possible, I invite you to increase your participation in family history, including family history research and indexing. I promise that as you increase your time in temple and family history work, you will increase and improve your ability to hear him. So what is indexing? We all want to hear him, so let's learn how to index. Indexing is taking historical records that have been photographed and put online, and then we type up things that are on those records in certain fields that they require, and then they're put online in FamilySearch.org for people to be able to find their ancestors. It's a wonderful thing. So let's go first of all straight to the church website. We are going to go to churchofjesuschrist.org. If I can get this to work. There we go. Here's churchofjesuschrist.org. You have to have an LDS account. So you'll have to sign up for it if you don't have it. Right up here, it'll either say sign in or create an account. You will have to have your member record number, which you find using LDS tools. And you go onto your name and it's under the membership information. And you'll have to set that up. If you need help with that, just give me a call. You come down then on the church website and you go to the quick links and you see FamilySearch.org on the left-hand side under quick links. You'll click on that. You will see come up family tree, search, memories, indexing activities. All of these are great things to do, but we're going to be doing indexing today. Click on indexing and you want web indexing. If you go to overview, it will let you practice entering in something, but I don't have time for that. We're just going to go straight to web indexing. So this will pull up the home page of web indexing. And you have the overview, find a batch, whatever. We're going to go right here to find batches. There are batches that are a group of records in a similar thing right here, U.S. Virginia birth records, 1853 to 1900. That is a project, a batch. This is the project, and when you say index, you'll pull up a batch within that project, which is a smaller group of records. The records on the top are in gray. These are the ones that FamilySearch.org would like to get done first. You don't have to work on those. If those are ones that sound interesting to you, then go right ahead. As you scroll down, there are some beginning, I have these sorted by difficulty, so you have some beginning projects, but these are all done. It never gets to 100% 99, so we can't do those. We are going to go right here to Wisconsin death records, 1959 to 1978. My niece works for FamilySearch.org. These are her records. I've been working on Wisconsin ones because I want to help Heather out. So click on index. This will pull up then your batch that you are going to work on. The biggest help I can give you as it's trying to pull up the batches. We live in the country, our internet's really slow. The biggest help I can give you is to read the project instructions every time you pull up a new project. This one is interesting because it contains private records that are protected by Wisconsin law. So if you find something on here that's a family member, you cannot use it. I found a family member with a name that we're kind of stuck on. Her name was Augusta Stram. It's my grandfather's side of the family. I couldn't write it down. I couldn't use that information. When it becomes available for us to research, then I can. It was hard not to write it down. Also, these records have Social Security numbers on it. We cannot use those Social Security numbers, obviously. So we're going to press OK. We've read that note. Then, since I've already been working on this project, the project instructions aren't going to automatically pop up. We're going to get the project instructions right here on the left-hand side underneath image 1 of 1. We're going to pull up project instructions. Index all death records, even if they're not in the 1959 to 1978 date. And then it gives you examples of ones to do. We're going to enlarge the one we have here. And I don't know if I can find that exact one. Looks like it might be this one. These example death records, examples that you get from any of them, are the best way to find out what they want for a project. And it will give you, like, this corresponds with this number over here, the state file number. The state file number, this is the date usually in front of it. See, these were 1961. And then 031428. You do not do this, and you do not do preceding zero. So the record number here is 31428, 31428. So that's where we are. So we're going to go back here to our instructions. What to remember. This is important to read. Remember that they might have restrictions. That's what they say. Now here we go. Index mother's maiden name only if the record specifically refers to it as her maiden name. Right here on this record, mother's maiden name, Catherine Terry. A maiden name is only the last name. And if you look on the example I had up there, you would see. Okay, then registrar dates are usually at the bottom of the box. And that's a burial date. You don't want this. You want date received by local registrar. It's usually either here or, either here or in the bottom left. Sometimes it's kind of up in here, but it's usually on the very bottom. Some images have social security numbers. I don't see oh yeah, right here, here's a social security number. So when you come to that line, you either type Y or no in the pop-up menu notes that say yes or no. Some records have been amended. A record is, and so you have an amendment field, that's the last one. An amended record is one that a field is crossed out, information was replaced, or the word amended was written on any document. Then you put Y or N for yes or no. You never leave that field blank either. Okay, I know that's really fast. We'll go over this. Should this image be indexed? This is original certificate of death. So yes, we're doing death records. So we hit yes. Now I'm going to go through these others without you even being able to look at them because we don't have time to go through all of them. The state file number, as we're right here, ready to start entering information, there's a purple circle here with a question mark. Read that every time you go into the project for the first time. Type this file number. It's usually a 6-digit number indicated in the upper right hand of the document and sometimes referred to as the state death number, registrar number, record number, state death number. Okay, then scroll down. Do not include preceding zeros as part of the file number. Sometimes a series of digits precedes the actual number. These digits typically remain the same from one document to another. And they refer to the year 72, 72. So we're not going to do 72 and we're not going to do 0. Do not include these preceding digits. Type only numbers. Don't include dates, hyphens, spaces, or letters. If it's not there, then you go Control B. So we want to do this 2925, 2929295. There we go. Death County. The Death County is right there, Milwaukee. Now, if you read the instructions here, the instructions will say, do not correct misspellings or expand abbreviations. Don't assume it from any other place in the document. Do not include the word county. Sometimes Milwaukee is abbreviated MILW. That's all you would put there. But this says Milwaukee. Residence country. It doesn't give us a residence country. The residence right here, this is a hard record to see, but it's Wisconsin, Washington County. Do we all know where Wisconsin is? Yes, we all know it's in the United States. Does it say it on the record? No, it doesn't say it on the record, so you hit Control B. The other thing you can hit is this X that doesn't fill up the whole box. That will just put blank on this one record. If you do this, it makes the whole thing on this turn blank. You don't want that. So there's a blank. Resident state, Wisconsin. This is a drop down. And so you can just select it like that. Resident county is Washington. I'm going to do that. Now the deceased given name, that's at the top on this one. Jacob. Given names include both the first and middle names or middle initials. Now, if you read this, don't correct misspellings or expand abbreviations. So if it had been William and it was just WM, that's all you would type. Sometimes the first names are written before or after the last name. You have to kind of determine what that is. If you're not sure, you enter everything in the given name box. You do not include Mr., Miss, or Junior, or anything like that. There is a suffix field, but there's no prefix field. We never enter Mr., Mrs., whatever's in front, Reverend, whatever's in front. And if none of this if any time you have no information given, you just mark the box blank. The surname is the last name, Zimmer. Now here's the suffix, if you can see right there. He doesn't have a junior, a senior, anything. So we're going to mark that blank. There's a blank. The death month, the date of death, September. Again, it's a drop down. Then we go, the date is 2nd. The year is 1972. Okay, he's a male, so you go M. Now you notice the drop down menu. There are 3 options. Oh, what in the world is that? M for male, F for female, or N for not indicated. And you do not assume the sex based on the person's given name. I've never known a woman named Jacob, but if this had not been filled in, you would have to put N because you don't know. Never leave this field blank. So now we're going to put, from the drop down, we're going to go M. His birth month, March. Birthday, 11. Birth year, 1889. Birth state is right down here. No, wait. That's not the birth state on this one. Yes, right here, birth state, Wisconsin. So we do the Wisconsin. Country, this is citizenship of what country? Just because you're a citizen of that country does not mean that's where you were born. Our daughter-in-law is a citizen of the US, but she was born in Spain. Or she was born in Venezuela. So again, when you index, you only know what's on the certificate. You're a complete idiot with anything else in the world. This is all you know is what's on here. The father's surname. Now remember, a surname is the last name. So the father's surname is right here, Zimmer, and that will pop up again from before. The mother's surname is Terry. Okay, now is that a first name or last name? Well, Catherine Terry is probably it. That's correct. Now what you want is social security number. Is there a social security number on here? Yes, right here. Now remember, it's just a yes or a no. You do not type the social security number, okay? So, and you do not leave this field blank. There's a social security number, so you hit the Y and it pulls up, or you can do the drop down box however you prefer. Okay, so we have yes. Registrar month, date received by local registrar, September 6th, 1972. Amended document flag. Remember what this is? A yes if it's amended. The left margin of the certificate records may have details about an amendment. A document is considered amended if any field is crossed out, if information was replaced, or if the word amended was written anywhere on the document. If none of that has happened, you put N. Do not leave this field blank. So you look on this side, these are just numbers that they use for things. It doesn't say amended. But right here where it says non-resident, that is considered amended because that's not part of the document anywhere on here where you're supposed to write something. So we're going to put yes for amended. Now I know that that was extremely fast walkthrough. And I know that it's hard to catch that. You can watch the beautiful thing about this kind of a presentation is you can watch it over and over again. Or you can call me. My number, you can find it in LDS Tools under Guthrie First. Our last name is spelled D-A-T-I-N, dating without the G. Or I'll give it to you right now if you're ready to write it down. It's 405-513-4954. And feel free to call me anytime. I want to go back. What you would hit now when you're done, you would go to next image. And it pulls up the next image and you start all over again with the state file number up here, 29296, okay? And you just start going over again, Death Counties, Milwaukee. But I want to show you when you get to the end of these 5 entries, what you're going to do. So let me go back to my indexing screen page and it's going to pull up another batch, this one right here. I want to open this batch. I have done this batch. I have made a mistake on purpose. Okay, I've left a field blank that is not supposed to be blank. And I want to show you what you do when that happens. Okay, so we're going to come to the end of we're at image 5 of 5. We're at the end of it. And down here, it's going to say, instead of next record, it shows submit batch. Oh, first of all, when you get, oh, never mind. This is not going to do, yes, right here. And this is for a reviewing, but it will show you that you have forgot to mark something. And so you'll go back and you will mark the things that you've forgotten. Now it's showing me I don't have a state file number. This is not how I intended to do this. It will show you what mistakes you make. And right here, I have to mark this. Mark this. Anyhow, this is not the one I wanted to do. I guess I finished the one I wanted to do. But if you make a mistake, it will tell you what to correct here. And then it will say, do you want to submit your batch? And you say, yes, you want to submit your batch, which is what will happen. I don't want to do this because I haven't checked all this. I'm what's called a reviewer. When you pull up your projects, there's a place to review. When you want to find a batch, let's go back to that. When you want to find a batch, I'm a reviewer. So don't worry about making mistakes, because if someone makes a mistake, what's going to happen is when you index, a reviewer, someone like me, who's an experienced indexer, will look at your record. We'll go over every single thing that you've entered in. And if we think there's a mistake, we will change it. If you've left something blank, if we think you've misspelled something, whatever it might be, if you've entered in the wrong name somewhere, we will correct it. And it goes through, if there's too many mistakes on the first one, it'll go to a second indexer. They will also review it, second reviewer. They will also review it, and then it'll be published. So don't worry about making mistakes. It doesn't matter. We don't have to be perfect. We just have to make the effort. Now, I would tell you that I know indexing is a phenomenal experience for me. My husband didn't like it. Some of my kids don't like it. Some of my kids love it. I'm addicted to it. So you just have to try it to find out. But you are literally helping to gather Israel from both sides of the veil as you participate in indexing, which is what President Nelson talks about all the time. Every conference he talks about gathering Israel from both sides of the veil. I've had experiences where I've had people look for their ancestors on records that we have indexed, and they have found them. And I heard someone say, that's my grandpa. Well, what a rewarding experience that is. Also, as I have indexed and reviewed, I have had strong impressions. I had it about a week ago that their indexer had entered in a letter as an A, I think it was, and I had a strong impression it needed to be changed to an O. The Spirit will help you as you work on these. It's great to say a prayer before you start, but the Spirit will help you, and I testify to you of that. I encourage you to look at Sister Wardenberg's state challenge, indexing challenge that we're going to have for the month of May. If you have any questions, please call me, 405-513-4954, not an infomercial, but please call me. I will come to your house if I need to. Sometimes I can help you over the phone, but I'd be happy to come no matter where you live, anywhere from Edmond all the way up to Alva. I'll be happy to come and help you index your records. I know this is the Lord's work, and I know that you will feel blessed and you will feel the Spirit as you perform this important work. And I say that in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.